My name is Phil Pierce. I've been with the state police for 26 years. I'm the area supervisor for the company CID division down here in the River Valley. What we're going to do today is we're going to go over, you guys already saw the video of the theft that occurred earlier today. Was it earlier today they saw the video? And we're going to kind of go over what we do to try to get a possible suspect for that theft. So first thing we're going to do is you see we got our personal protection equipment on here. So this is not only to protect us from the outside environment, it's to protect the outside environment from us. So we don't cross-contaminate something when it comes to trying to fingerprint something, lose any type of hair fibers from ourselves or any DNA. First thing that Special Agent Mendenhall is going to do is he's going to take photographs of the scene. We take photographs and make sure the scene is preserved the way it is when we show up. So we'll let Special Agent Mendenhall describe that for you.
Okay.
You want to grab this one?
Okay. So the first thing we do, can everyone see okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we can see.
Yes, yeah, I can see.
Okay.
We're just going to do it like this. Okay. So we use a Nikon camera. We photograph the scene first. We want to evidence mark it. And after everybody watched the video, if y'all could, I'm going to ask a couple of questions as we go. What are some of the clues you guys saw after you watched the robber break into the office? Tell me some of the stuff you might look for to be able to develop a suspect.
I think we could maybe look for like glove print to figure out what kind of glove you wore, and yeah.
Awesome. Let's go right there then. We're going to follow your question.
10-5-1-1. Extension.
Okay, so
5
you
6
remember
7
watching the video.
10 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 is 17.
You took the gloves off, right? And touched the baseball holder. What we're going to look for, so there's a development print.
What the heck?
Since it's black, you can see a
Wait,
very well. Okay? Instead of using powder, it's just a magnetic with a magnetic holder.
And as you see, we pull this out, all that powder just sticks to it because it's magnetized. It's magnetized powder. This here, just a little bit on here. We don't need a lot. And we try to see where the print is from looking at the light. It looks like it's right here. I know you guys can't see it. You might be able to see a little bit of a smear, but this powder is going to bring it out really nice.
Hey, what's number 3?
Number 3 is going to be the gloves we're going to get to next. If you remember, he took the gloves off and threw them in the trash can. So inside those gloves, he left DNA because your hands sweat in gloves. So what we'll do is DNA swab that next. But right now, we want to show you how to develop a real good print to turn into the crime lab. So after we develop a suspect, can y'all see the
You see the print now where it's shadowed out in black? What we'll do now on that, we'll get rid of the rest of this powder here. And well, these are called hinge lifts. Basically what it is, on the hinge lift, what it is, it's a clear piece of plastic, and this is adhesive on one side of it. And then the white side over here on the back side, that's what the print is going to go onto this adhesive side, and then we stick everything together, and it's going to show the print when we send it off to the lab for printing.
So they'll be able to after sending to the crime lab, they'll be able to compare those ridges to when we catch our suspect, and that'll match up on the print because he took the gloves off. And somebody else mentioned what's E3. These are the rubber gloves he threw down when he, after I believe he got a bottle of water. So it's a fresh case. So what we'll do on that is the inside of them, we'll get a swab. Okay, if you guys have talked anything about DNA, in this day and time, we hardly ever do prints anymore. Almost anybody leaves DNA evidence with or without gloves. After using distilled water, we'll rub this around in the inside of the gloves, put the cap on it, seal it up, and we'll send it off to the crime lab on that. Okay. E1, you guys remember when he broke into my refrigerator and got a glass of water? Well, guess what? Criminals sometimes don't think. He put the bottled water back down. So what's he going to leave around? Probably the lip of it. Probably saliva.
There's going to be more DNA.
More DNA. So just because criminals sometimes wear gloves doesn't mean he doesn't leave evidence back. Everybody leaves evidence when you step into the room, whether it's off of your shoes, drinking, gloves, or what. So what we do is swab around where he's drunk, also around the inside here. Same thing, seal it up, send it away for tag.
And then we preserve the evidence, place in the evidence room. I put them in bags. And then evidence take the bag shut so it hasn't been disturbed initially. And this way we can preserve the scene or preserve the evidence from the scene when it goes to court. Nobody has touched this until it goes to court now. We'll put our initials up on the top of it, and we'll write on the bag what was in there, and we put it in our evidence.
So we preserved all the evidence, sent it in, but we don't have a suspect. So the robber, what he forgot is he's in a controlled environment where we have cameras everywhere. So what we do is pull footage. If it's at a gas station, at a school, anywhere else like that, we pull video footage. When we pull video footage, we want to look at where the person's touched. Which when he come in and touched the door, he had gloves on, so we're not going to get prints there. Once he took the gloves off, game on. Everything we watch on the video, we see where he touches. We'll print everywhere he touches. He also took a laptop. He grabbed it with his bare hands. We'll also DNA swab that computer. Just look, when we review the video, watch everything he touches and swab it. Out of something, his DNA is going to be left on it. Okay? Anybody have any questions so far of what we're doing and how we do it?
Noah? Noah, go ahead.
I was thinking, how does the swab pick up the DNA if it's kind of in your body and it's like a code inside your body? How does it pick it up?
The DNA, it's going to be the dead skin cells that, like my hand right now, there's dead skin cells that are
All over it.
created all the time.
Yeah, I just took my glove, but look how sweaty that is, and I'm leaving cells.
Yeah. There's little microscopic hairs and
Okay.
the skin cells, everything, and the DNA will pick all that up.
So a little more on DNA. We haven't developed a suspect yet, but when we do, we'll do a cheek swab. That's where they collect cells from your cheek. We'll compare those cells from his or her cheek and compare it to all the evidence items that we submitted with DNA. And that's when they able to test it and get a match on it. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Good question, Noah. Nicole?
If you don't know that, if like say you don't know people that watched the crime scene happen, then how will you know that?
Oh, if we don't have a
Who did
witness?
it and what evidence they left?
Okay. All right.
If you didn't, if there was no video surveillance in that room, when that was going on, what we would do is the property owner would first come in and say, somebody has stolen my property. So they're going to call law enforcement. Law enforcement's going to show up. And what we're going to look at, as you saw, the burglar came in and he rifled through the room. He's looking for valuables, looking for anything that they can sell and make a quick profit on it. So we're just looking at items that are out of place, like the books that were thrown on the ground, the trash can. If we didn't know that the person had drank that bottle of water, we're going to take that anyway, just to be on the safe side. It may be our victim's body of water, but we're going to send it off to the crime lab, and we may have 2 sets of DNA compared to 1 set of DNA. So basically what you're doing is you're looking for anything that's out of place from what the property owner tells us is there.
And a little touch up on developing a suspect, because we're at that point of developing a suspect. He mentioned valuables. He took my laptop. So the first place the person's going to take a laptop to is the pawn shop. So the pawn shop has video of that, people walking in trying to sell it. So we get that video footage, bang, we got our suspect right there.
And then one of the other things is we'll scan an area inside of the building looking for video. The majority of the people